Hello students, so let's start with a problem on parabolic arch which is supported at different level. So in previous class we have seen the parabolic arch supported at different levels. So what is the concept behind that? How do we calculate the length when the supports are at different layer? How do we calculate the lengths there, L1 and L2? And even we have seen the concept about parabolic arch when it is supported at same level. So here let's solve one numerical. So here a problem, a 3-hinged parabolic arch having supports at different levels as shown in figure, and it carries a uniformly distributed load of intensity 30 kilonewton per meter over the left of the crown. Okay, so here at this left of the crown we can see here UDL acting. So we have to find out what is the horizontal thrust developed, and we also need to find out what is the bending moment, then normal thrust and radial shear developed at a section 15 meter from the left support. Now before we solve the problem, a very important thing, consider the origin. Okay, so here for this particular problem, let us consider the origin. Okay, or let us consider origin at point C. Okay, and for this, how do we write equation? So like we have seen in our previous class, we write the equation as x square by y is equal to a. Okay, so we write it as x square by y is equal to a, whereas a is constant, right? A is constant. Now when we consider, okay, the horizontal distance between a and c, let us consider this horizontal distance between a and c as L1. Okay, the horizontal distance between a and c is L1 and c and b is L2. Okay, the distance between c and b is L2. So how can we write the same equation in that form? So x square by y, what is x? X is a x horizontal distance, y is vertical. So for the same thing, when we have to write equation for this particular span, so let us first write the equation between a and c. Okay, so how we are going to write equation between a and c? So for a and c we can write L1 square, because span is x. Okay, so we can write L1 square divided by y is what? Its height. Okay, so that height is 5 meter. So L1 square by 5, that is the that's how we are going to write for AC. Okay, then for CB, how we are going to write for CB? So for CB we can write as L2 square divided by height. What is that height? H is 3 meter here, so we can write here as 3 meter. Okay, and both of them are constant. Okay, this is our basic equation we are going to use. Now coming to the next part, okay, as we have seen in our last class, now let us write this equation. L1 square by 5 can also be written as L1 by root 5, and this also can be written as L2 by root 3, and then let us write it for whole span, that is equal to L1 plus L2 square root of 5 plus square root of 3, whereas L1 plus L2 is nothing but full length. Okay, so we can write it as L equals to root 5 plus root 3. So when we solve this equation, okay, so when we solve this particular equation, then we get L1 is equal to L root 5 root 5 plus root 3. So L is nothing but full span and span length is given as 40. So let us substitute it here. 40 root 5 divided by root 5 plus root 3. So after calculation we get it as 22.54 meter. Okay, so this is what we get as L1. So this L1 value we got it as 22.54 meter. So what will be the remaining? So L2 will be 40 minus 22.54. So L2 will be 42 minus 22.54. So we get our answer as 17.46 meter. Okay, so we have calculated span length L1 and L2. Now let us consider moment about C. Why do we need to consider moment about C? Because we want to find out what is the horizontal thrust. Okay, so we want to find out what is the horizontal thrust. Then we have also need to calculate the reactions. So for that we need to go through all equilibrium equations. Okay, so to start with, let us consider summation of forces at C. Okay, moment about C is 0. So what are the forces available? So you can see there is a force at VB. Okay, VB into when it is at moment at crown C. So you can see, you may consider a left side or right side portion. So let us consider left this right side portion. So here the number of forces, we can see that there is only VB and there is horizontal force. Okay, so VB is going anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so we can write VB into load into perpendicular distance. So VB into L2. So what is L2? L2 is nothing but 17.46. So load into perpendicular distance anti-clockwise, and then H into H will also act, it is in clockwise direction. Okay, so load into perpendicular distance, okay, up at crown. So for this particular horizontal load, perpendicular distance is 3 meter. So let's write the equation here. So one is anti-clockwise and one is clockwise. So we can simply write it here. Minus, okay, because it is anti-clockwise, minus VB into L2 is 17.46 plus H into 3 meter is equal to 0. So when this part will go this side, so both will be minus, so ultimately the sign will get cancelled. So then here we get VB equals to 17.46, sorry, VB into 17.46 is equal to 3H. Okay, so we can write our horizontal thrust H in terms of VB. So 5.82 VB. This is our answer we get. Now let us consider moment about any one support. So let us consider moment about support A. So that is equal to 0. Let us solve this question. So in this case, when we consider moment about support A is equal to 0, then we see what are the loads available. So we can see here, when you consider moment about this particular point A, then see all the loads. So you can see a reaction here, you can see this reaction and the UDL. Three forces are there. Okay, so consider moment about. Now again, this VB is in anti-clockwise direction. For when you consider moment about this point, VB goes anti-clockwise direction. Then H also, H will travel like this, so it is also anti-clockwise, and UDL will be clockwise direction. Okay, so accordingly, write this equation. So here we will get VB into total span will come here, so that span is nothing but 40, VB into 40 minus, then there is VB is there, VB is in anti-clockwise direction, so minus, then H will also be in my anti-clockwise direction, so H into, so here H, you can see H is acting here. Okay, this line, for H the line of action, if you see here, so height is perpendicular distance. Okay, so height is 2 meter, because total height is 5 meter. So in this 5 meter, this h3 will go, so remaining is 2 meter. Okay, so this distance we will consider for the h. This is 2 meter. So minus h into 2 plus UDL. Now UDL is 30 and it is acting at a distance of 15 meter. Okay, 30 it is acting it is acting over the span of L1, and L1 is total 22.54. Okay, so we will write 30 into 22.54. Okay, 30 into 22.54 into, okay, so it will act in the middle. So first what we do, 30 into total length here 22.54, and that UDL will act here. So for CG distance we have to consider this distance. So how much is this distance? This is nothing but half of it. So 22.54 divided by 2. So that's how we are going to write 22.54 divided by 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So here we will get 40 VB plus 2H is equal to 7620. When you calculate, you will get 774. Okay, so we got, let us consider this as a we got initially equation number, so let us consider it as a equation number 1, and this is equation number 2. So when we substitute, okay, let us substitute this h is equal to 5.82 VB. Substitute this h value in this equation 2, and then with this you will get equation you will get value for VB. Okay, so substitute equation 1 in 2. So when you substitute h equal to 5.82 VB, so you will write 40 VB plus 2 into 5.82 VB is equal to 7620.774. Okay, so when you calculate, we'll get VB is equal to 147.58. 147.58. It is in kilonewton. So it's very important to write the units. Okay, so once we get VB, then substitute again. We can substitute this value in equation 1 to find out the horizontal thrust. So our horizontal thrust will be nothing but 5.82 into 147.58. So it will be 858.92. So here we got a value of horizontal thrust. Now let's see what is the value of VA. Okay, so VA will be equal to, just see how do we find out a value of VA, how to calculate. So here when we consider, okay, summation of forces in y direction is equal to 0. Okay, so what are the equations here? We see VA plus VB. Okay, vertical forces are only VA plus VB, and then there is this UDL. Okay, that is 30 into that span, and that span is L1, and L1 is nothing but our L1 value is 22.54. Okay, so here you will get, and VB value is 147.28. So VA will be this 30 into L1 is 22.5 minus 147.58. So your VA value will be 528.02 kilonewton. Okay, so that's how now we have done with calculation for Va, Vb and H. Okay, so all reactions we have calculated. Now let's see that how do we consider when supports are at different level. So we have to see what will be its correct span. What is the correct span we are going to consider? So let's consider, let the portion, left side of C. Okay, so if you see here, let's consider this particular portion. Okay, so here the left side, we calculate span from this side. Okay, left portion. So let's come here. So left of C can be treated as a span of parabola. So let us consider it as L dash. Okay, let us consider it as L dash. So we can write it as span is nothing but, total length is nothing but, let us just imagine that it is a double of L1. Okay, so 2 into 22.54. So which is equal to, it will give us a span of 45.08 meter. Okay, so total span we got it as L dash is equal to 2 into 22.54, that is 2 into L1. Okay, now when we consider this as a span, so what will be the equation of parabola? Okay, so what will be the equation of parabola? So equation of parabola, so that is, we know it is y equals to 4hx, general equation what we know, into L minus x by L square. This is our general equation of parabola. But now here our span is new span. Okay, so for this particular span which is starting from the left support, so our equation becomes, so what is that? Our equation will be, updated equation will be, it is 4 into h1. Okay, 4 into h1 into x, and here we will write L1 minus x divided by L L dash square. L dash, sorry, it's not L1, it is L dash, as we have assumed here L dash as a new span. Okay, now when you consider this equation, so let us substitute all the values here. So 4 into height is nothing but, from the left side of the arch, the height is 5 meter. Okay, height is 5 meter, and x is here, and our new span is nothing but 45.08, that's what we got in the calculation, minus x, and then again L square is nothing but 45.08 square. So as per our question, we need to find out at x equal to 15 meter. Okay, so at x equal to 15 meter, that's what we have asked to find out, the radial shear thrust at x equal to 15 meter from the left side. Okay, so at x equal to 15 meter, when you substitute this 15 in this equation, so we will get y is equal to 4.44 meter. 4.44 meter. Okay, now we need to calculate what is the moment at this particular section. Okay, so we want to find out what is the moment at this particular section. Then in this case we have to see that what are the forces available. Okay, so this our arch, it is, when you see this arch, okay, so here we have a support, this is a support. Okay, so we have VA. Okay, then we have a horizontal thrust, that is H we have, and then we have a UDL acting. Okay, this we have this UDL acting. So we have to calculate moment at this point only, means at 15 meter only we have to find out. So what are the forces available? So we have VA, we have H, and then we have UDL which is acting only at 15 meters. So how our equation will be? Then in that case our equation will be, so moment at section, okay. So that section name we have given it as D. So let us write moment at section D. So that will be VA into 15, okay, because this is a 15 distance, so load into perpendicular 15 minus VA is going clockwise, okay. So clockwise, H is negative, it is anti-clockwise, so minus H into this distance we got it as 4.44, okay. So that is 4 point, when we saw this distance it was 4.44, and then there is a UDL, okay. So UDL we will write, because this is 30, so 13 into 30 into 15 into 15 by 2, okay, and that is going in that will be a anti-clockwise direction, so it will also be negative. So 30 into 15 into 15 by 2. So I will write this part of the equation this side. So then VA value is nothing but, we got VA value is 528.62 minus 15 minus 8H 858.92. That's what we got for H value, into 4.44 minus 30 into 15 into 15 by 2. So with this we are getting our moment at section D as 740 kilonewton meter, okay, 740 kilonewton meter. Now we also need to find out what is the normal thrust at this point, okay. We need to find out what is the normal thrust, then what is the radial shear. For that we also need a theta, you know what is the theta, we need also theta at this point, what is the slope at this point. So let's calculate theta now. So for this theta, okay, so as I told you here, this is support A, this is at any point D, so we need to find out what is the theta here, okay. So theta is nothing but slope, that is dy by dx, okay. So we have to find out what is dy by dx. So we know our formula was y equals to 4h1x l dash minus x by l dash square. So this is parabola, equation of parabola. So when we do dy by dx, so how we are going to get dy by dx is nothing but, we can also write it as tan theta. So then we will arrive at 4h l dash minus 2x l dash square, okay. So at x equal to 15 meter, at x equal to 15 meter, then we will get tan theta as, so we will substitute at x equal to 15 meter, h h is value, h is anyway we know that this is 5 meter, okay, and this is l dash value we will substitute, and then with this when we substitute x equal to 15 meter, tan theta value, let's substitute here 4 into 5 into 45.08, that is the total span, minus 2 into 15 divided by 45.08 square. So with this when you solve you will get 8.44 degree, okay. So once you get tan theta, then you have to simply use the equations, and then you for normal thrust and radial shear, and then you will arrive at your final answers. So when you get theta, what is the final V value here, okay. So V will be 528.62 minus 30 into 15, okay. So total vertical force here will be 78.62, okay. 30 into 15. See this particular part, this VA is nothing but we got it as 528.62. We already have this answer. And the UDL which was acting at this place. Okay, so that was UDL was nothing but 30 into 15. So when you add them up, okay, one is going vertical and one is going downward. So when you do this addition, so you will arrive at 78.62 kilonewton. Okay, so you get V here. Now find out the normal thrust. So N is equal to V sine theta plus H cos theta. So V is 78.62, sine of 8.44, then H value plus H cos theta. H value is 858.92, sine of 8.44. So this will give an answer of 861.25 kilonewton. Okay, so that will be normal thrust, and then radial shear will be V cos theta minus H sin theta. So V value again we will substitute 78.62, then cos 78.62, then it is cos of 8.44 degree minus 858.92 sine of 8.44. So we will get minus 48.30 kilonewton. Okay, so this is our normal thrust and radial shear. These are our final values. So it was asked in our asked in question that what is normal thrust, okay, and what is radial shear, and what is the moment at the crown, okay, at the point D. So finally, if you want to see, when you plot like this, okay, so this is your normal thrust, this is your N value which you got it as 861.25, okay, and then the radial shear. So radial shear we got it as minus 48, means actually it will go in this direction, okay, so that is 48.30 kilonewton, and this is 861.25 kilonewton. So students, hope you understood this problem. Okay, thank you.